Oh, what a morning. People triggered already. Hi, JP. I'll see if anyone comes in before I start waffling on at what my thoughts today are on stuff that's going on with Trump and Q and Flat Earth, because that's what I'm going to be talking about. Hope you enjoyed the chat last night with me and Roxanne, because I feel like putting my glasses on again, because it went pretty well. I thought we're going to be doing more. It was fun, and you have to have a bit of fun, because I'd rather watch a channel trying to get truth out about certain stuff, whether you believe it or not, with a bit of a giggle, you know, instead of the doom and gloom and let's be boring and you know, I'd rather watch someone who's on fun. You can still have fun getting the truth out. You don't have to be boring. Trump's not boring, neither is Nigel Farage, just saying. I can see four viewers in the house, so if you're there, come and say hi. Don't be lurking, people. Don't be unfair. Even if you're new, just say hi. My chat is very kind. Well, when we're all in here. I'm not saying we're all going to be in here because of the time and everything, and notification wise and all that sort of stuff, and being a weekend, I don't know what people are doing, but I just had to get this out because when it's fresh, it's fresh. So just let me is it? Yes, I'll just wait a few minutes. I shall find out on my tablet what I was going to play, because I'm going to have to do it this way till I learn how to use this thing. Show you videos, because well, can I actually? I've got to learn how to get the video. I'm just thinking, can I actually? Yep, just let me have a little play a minute. I just got the notifications doing something while listening. Oh, you can listen, it's okay. What's this here? Yeah, I don't know how to do it, so I'll just have to show you on my tablet. So, obviously last night I actually thought that Roxanne's channel would be, can you hear me alright as well, would be shared on here, so people on my side would be watching people on her side, but obviously you can go over to wherever, because we all share channels, but it didn't. But I think we might be able to sort that out and put that on my channel, because I think people got a bit confused, and so did I, but it doesn't matter. But next time hopefully we'll do that, because there's going to be lots more chats with me and Roxanne. We've decided we enjoyed it. It was fun, people seem to like it, and I feel like, does anyone know Diamond and Silk? I jokingly said, yeah, we could be the next ones of them in the UK, because they're fun girls in the, you know, Trump supporters in America. I know of them. Beautiful ladies. So, yeah, we're going to be doing more, because we can branch off, especially on the Q thing. There is so much to talk about, and it's so interesting. It's not just some of the stuff that's going on in the world right now to do with yellow vests and all this sort of stuff, which is important too, but there's so much more, because you do need to know about history, and we need to know about our true history, because I believe you can't go forward if you don't actually know where you came from. And this is the whole reason why globalists, the New World Order, have lied for many years and centuries, because you know, well, you know what I say. They don't want us to know our true history, because if we did, which we're beginning to find out, we all wake up and then they disappear, don't they? You know, more of us than there is of them. So hi July 111 and JP and Connie and whoever is there lurking, hello to you too. You can come in and say hi if you're new. No one's going to bite. So I'm just going to go into it, because this is what I saw. Now, I woke up to a comment this morning about Trump. I'm not saying whose channel it is, because they'll know if they are lurking or watching me. That's fine. But it makes me laugh when people comment about Q and how stupid it is and it's not real, when these people It's not a bad thing, I'm saying. They don't research. So because they don't know how to research or see when Trump says something with a Q drop and how he says things in a certain way, which can have multiple ways of looking at it, don't understand what's going on. So, Trump, I'm going to show you the video and then I'm going to put my thoughts on it. Going on about vaccinations. So let's look at the video, people. Where we go one, we go all. Hello. Let's look at the video. Now, we all know, I'm sorry, my glasses are coming on, I'm forgetting that feeling. We all know, on the Q train, choo-choo, that when Q drops a breadcrumb, normally, Trump tweets, but not all the time, because Q does go quiet when shit's happening, and shit is happening. And you can see the same sort of thing. And sometimes Trump saying something means the complete opposite. You know, like that think mirror. Yeah, so let's go there and have a look at what Trump has said that has triggered so many people. Even the people that are on Q's side, I think it's still triggered. So let's go over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now I want you to look at this till the end, till I switch it off, and then comment on what you think Trump is actually saying. Let's see who's awake. You ready for this? If you can hear it, because the helicopter's in the background, so let's have a look. In a minute. About Mueller. About the vaccines.
There would have been nothing wrong with firing him. Legally, I had
in a minute.
Right to fire, but I never told Don McGahn.
Get your kids vaccinated.
They have to get shots. The vaccination is so important. Going around now, have to get their shots.
They have to get their shots. Right? They have to get their shots. Vaccinations are so important. Then someone shouts out, a reporter, how old is too old to be a president? Listen to what he says.
Well, I think that I just feel like a young man. I'm so young. I can't believe it.
He feels like a young man. He's so young.
Youngest person. I am a young, vibrant man. I look at I don't know about him. I would never say anyone's old, but I know they're all look very young, both in terms of age and I think in terms of energy.
You can go and check this out. It was on that was on Fox 10 Phoenix, which I don't normally look. But what he was saying was he feels so young and vibrant compared to some others. He feels young in energy. You know that word again, energy. I can't really switch up. It's because of the helicopter. Hang on.
Better than anybody. Energy. I think you know that better than anybody. Yeah.
Hang on.
They have to get the shot. The vaccinations is so important. Really going around now. They have to get their shot. How old? Well, I think that I just feel like a young man. I'm so young. I can't believe it. I'm the youngest person. I am a young, vibrant man. I look at Joe. I don't know about him. I don't know. I would never...
He looks at Joe Biden. I don't know about him. No, we all know about him. And he looks really old compared to Trump.
I never say anyone's old, but I know they're all making me look very young, both in terms of age and I think in terms of energy.
In terms of energy.
You know that better than anybody. Yeah. I've answered that question, and if you look at what I said, you will see that that question was answered perfectly. And I was talking about people that went because they felt very strongly about the monument to Robert E. Lee, a great general, whether you like it or not.
So basically, how I see it, because I know about hi Black Mirror, whoop whoop. How I see it is people are going to get triggered because Trump is saying get vaccines, and a lot of us know vaccines aren't good and bring on things like autism and this, that and the other. When people look into it, I'm not getting into an argument about that, but I'm not saying all vaccines are bad. I think what Trump is saying, because we all know how Q works and Trump works with Q, and I've got a really funny picture to show you in a minute, is he said, if you listen to it, doesn't matter, hi everybody just come in, doesn't matter what mainstream media is saying, he said, vaccines are important. Yes, they are. They need to get their shots in. I see that as the media need to get their shots in. Shots, all this fake lying crap. Also, vaccines, they might not be as harmful if we didn't have to have them so close together. Because some babies, young kids, as we know, have them very, very close together. I'm not putting out there that they're all bad, but we know they do bring on stuff. But is it because they're so close together? You don't need, it's always one after another, and this one and this one and this one, and that's how it is. If you look into Trump's history, Trump does not take vaccines. He's talking about why he's so young and vibrant in energy, he said. He said the word energy, which is what I'm always talking about. His son Barron, I believe, got autism or slight autism, and I think they healed it. He doesn't have vaccines. He doesn't have vaccines. I believe Trump doesn't drink either. So when you're looking at everyone getting triggered, to me, even about 5G, if it's true or not, whatever, it's bringing up that subject, putting it out there, and then people get triggered, cause and effect. He's not saying vaccines are good. He didn't say that. He said they need their shots, or they're getting their shots in. He said vaccines are important, and they are, as in some are not good. Maybe they don't need to be close together. Also, if people haven't researched, Trump is also he got Big Pharma wanted to fund his, fund him, help fund whatever thing it was, and he's actually said no to Big Pharma. Why has he said no to Big Pharma? He said no to Big Pharma funding. We all know what Big Pharma funding are. So, they're all bad, they're bad poison shit. Yeah, I'm saying it might not affect you so much if they were far apart, but we know what they are. He did not say there, yes, it's good. Yeah, he said let's go through it again.
He was one of the great generals. I've spoken to Joe. I don't know about him.
It's hard to hear, but you can go and watch it yourself.
And by the way,
research yourself.
Out his report, okay, but I just want to let you know, people, and it's not good, but there would have been nothing wrong easily. Up, you gotta help.
Measles.
Have to get the shot, the vaccination, so important.
They have to get their shots. Vaccinations are so important. So, to me, it's not what you think. I had someone commenting today. I'm going to read the comment out, but I'm not going to say what channel it's off, because I just thought, fear-mongering, you're not really seeing what's sort of being said. Mirror, they said, because it's not that I don't like this person, I just think, you don't follow you don't follow it to understand what Trump is actually saying. And people, even on Q side, will get triggered by this. So when someone says, this went out this morning, as Trump I don't even know what that says. Read something on vaccine agenda. I wonder how many of his Q followers are still clinging to the dead dog. Really? And I commented back because I felt like it and was like, when you realise what he's saying, opposed to what you think he's saying, you might see a difference and wake up and smell the coffee. Yeah, and Trump knows about vaccines and autism because Barron had it. But he's not advocating vaccines there. He's saying something completely different. And I'm not saying that all of them are bad. I'm saying, I know they're bad, but there could be some out there that are right, but are they too close together? But Trump is not advocating it at all. And to me, saying they need their shots, they do need their shots on that side, the Democrat side, literally. the mainstream media, they're getting their shots in all the time. Do you know what shots I'm talking about? I'm not talking about them shots. I'm talking about the lies and the shots that they throw at everyone. If anyone gets what I'm saying. But those of us that know and know how Q and Trump works when they're wording stuff, which the sleeping don't see it, and even some people that follow Q don't see it. They think he's saying, oh, 5G vaccines. It's like, no, mirror. But I don't expect people who are not on the Q train to understand any of that. So that's the first one. And it's up to you, believe it or not, whatever. I'm just putting it out there. That's what I see. Because obviously we know how that works. What was the next thing? Oh, something funny to show you. My God, I had to laugh at this. Right, mouthing off, I get it. Yeah, but if you go back and listen to the actual video and really listen to what he's saying opposed to what they're trying to say, because the reporter in the background shouted about vaccines and measles. Now, Roxanne was saying on when we were talking last night, they can easily impose things to look like measles and stuff on kids to put you in fear, so you run out and go and get your shots. Why are flu jabs free? Why are they always putting it out there? Come and get your free flu jabs. Come and get your free flu jabs at nursery. My doctor's down the road got a big banner outside advertising, come and get your flu jabs free. Last time I had a flu jab 2 years ago, I was ill for 3 weeks, and so was my son. Wonder why. But I'm also not saying that everything's bad, do you know what I mean? But like I said, Trump, Big Pharma wanted to fund Trump with something. He said no. Why has he said no to Big Pharma? Hey, well, you're not one on that side anyway, but you might like this. So that was that. The funniest thing I've seen today that made me laugh my head off. And I got a message today, and I'll let you know after. Absolutely laughed my head off. Now, if anyone knows about Q and the sort of memes that were going around last year, you might have seen this. Other people might not. I can't show you because it was from last year, but there was a picture of I think it was Trump. I'm going to start laughing now. And JFK Jr. as Batman and Robin, right? Pow, pow. And I was like, oh my God, it's so funny. Well, guess what's just come out? I can't stop laughing. Someone has noticed this in the White House. Are you ready? Last time I got a flu jab. Yeah, I was ill for it. I've never had one since. I don't take medicine. I don't take nothing. I've just ordered myself some natural organic. Oh, what are the crystals things Durf was talking about the other day? Got some of them anyway. Right, I need to show you this picture because I could not stop laughing. I thought it was absolutely hilarious because we have fun on this side. Right, let me find it. And this is what went through my head at the time, you know, me being me. Right, here's Trump in the White House. You know, he's there with his phones. Now, I'm going to try and enlarge this. This was on Twitter. He's got 2 phones there. And he's got this phone. Now, I can see it. I don't know if you can see it. On the side is what's this letter? It's a Q. Phone is making, what's it say? Phone is marked Q. It's marked Q. He's got 2 phones. The Q phone. It's the Bat phone. What was the phone called in Batman and Robin? The Bat phone. All that went through my head is that meme last year. I could not stop laughing because all I had a vision in my head was Trump's Batman, JFK Jr.'s Robin. And then I think of Only Fools and Horses, if anyone in the UK knows Fools and Horses or anyone's seen it in America, the series where they were in fancy dress running down the alleys. I'm just going through the head if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Hi, Divine Sight, Batman and Robin. It's a bat phone. I was like, oh my God. Can you see it there? There's a Q. See it there? He's got 2 phones. This one, and here's a Q phone. I was like, oh my God, I can't stop laughing. Batman and Robin, Trump and JFK Jr. Remember, because Batman was older and little Robin was a bit younger, wasn't he? Sidekick. I was like, oh my God. And last night, I just want to say, if anyone new came in, thanks for coming over to Roxanne's channel. It was so fun, and we're doing more on it. I just said that before. I even said to her, we could be like the Diamond and Silk of America. We could be like Batman and Robin. It was so good. Oh my God. It was hilarious. Oh, thanks, JP. It was so funny. So that was the funny things that I've seen today that I was just laughing my head off. Then we go to the lovely Owen Benjamin again. I can't stop talking about the lovely Owen Benjamin before we go into Flat Earth. Owen Benjamin. Dun-dun-dun. I love waking up to great people. It's fantastic. So we know all the general stuff's going on. I'm saving that for another time because I'm like, yeah. I have also got something to say about Corey Goodnow and all that sort of stuff on Edge of Wonder, which I'll go into in a bit because I'm like, think we're looking at the wrong poll, people. So I'll tell you about that in a minute. So anyway, let's go on. So, and the things that I'm about to show you at the end is what I've been talking about, and I'm like, oh my god, like it was all coming in. So let me just find this lovely man and his funniness. But he's done one called the lovely John Ford has also put Owen Benjamin up in the deep inside the rabbit hole, which is Durf. Same thing that we watched the other day, was brilliant. Where's the one? Oh, let me find, it's not on my phone, it's on here. So the next one is let me find it. Got in that song coming in my head now. We are family. We are family. Jack! You're noisy today. Right, so let's get off the Trump bit. And we're going to go and look at the media. Oh no, it's not that one. Where is it? The media. As every time I look for this one, it says, hi Mark. Let me just find the... This world is not what you think it is. I think it's this one. Just let me see if I can find it. Did you enjoy last night? Football today. Savagnier, Eric Dubé, Savagnier. Sorry, every time he says that I can't stop laughing. If anyone knows what I'm talking about. Right, I'm trying to find this. I'm going to have to go to his channel. Right, Owen Benjamin. The lovely Owen Benjamin in his Bear Cave channel. Owen Benjamin. Right, where's he gone? Owen Benjamin. Oh my god, it's disappeared. Let me just find if JFK Jr. had kids. Do you think he would ever come out of hiding or hatch a plan? Would change the world and lay low. Yeah, well his kids are there, aren't they? As we've seen. Right. Benjamin Owen. Is it Bear Cave? Yeah, Benjamin Owen Bear Cave channel you need to go to. Right, Benjamin Owen Bear Cave. Like a bear man. Lies. All lies pushed around mainstream media. This was great. You ready?
Lie. Twitter, Google, and Facebook don't. Just as a quick response, when people are like, but it's dangerous, Big Bear. It's dangerous to question things. What if you're wrong? What if you corrupt the minds? Okay, let me read off, just in the last few years, all the things that have been promoted by media, Hollywood, our schools, our authority figures, science, college, all of it, that these things are true. They're absolutely false. And think about how destructive it all was. And think about how much more offended people can be that you question the shape of the earth, but not. All right, here's a quick list. And this is just what we thought up in like a day. These are all the things that mainstream narrative, media, Hollywood, everything lied to you about, and it cost people lives. Public school and college help you learn, and they're there to make you succeed. Lie. The reserve is federal. Lie. Every single waiter or waitress with a racist note.
Hear that? Can you hear?
our authority figures, science, college, all of it, that these things are true. They're absolutely false. And think about how destructive it all was. And think about how much more offended people can be that you question the shape of the earth, but not. All right, here's a quick list. And this is just what we thought up in like a day. These are all the things that mainstream narrative, media, Hollywood, everything lied to you about, and it cost people lives. Public school and college help you learn, and they're there to make you succeed. Lie. The reserve is federal. Lie. Every single waiter or waitress with a racist note. By the way, all those racist notes where it's like, no tip for you because you're black, all hoaxes. By the way, I didn't even go down some of my rabbit holes with this. This is all confirmed.
No, I didn't forget to get dressed, Callum. It's a silk top.
Lies. Jussie Smollett was the victim of a hate crime. Lie. The Covington Catholic kids were bigots and racists. Lie. Climate change is caused by man. Lie. Iraq was about 9/11. Lie. Iraq was about oil. Lie. Afghanistan was about bin Laden. Lie. Syria is about gas attacks. Lie. Bill Nye is a scientist. Lie. The war on drugs was to stop drug use. Lie. If you like your health insurance, you can keep it. Lie. There's a wage gap between men and women based on their sex. Lie. Gay marriage is real marriage. Lie. Abortion is safe, rare, and only for rape and incest, and when the life of the mother is in danger. Lie. The food pyramid is healthy. Lie. Gulf of Tonkin. Lie. Trump put kids in cages. Lie. There was no migrant caravan. Lie. Walls don't work. Lie. White people have privilege. Lie. Males are toxic. Lie. Peak oil. Lie. Guns cause crime. Lie. England can leave the EU. Lie. Russia collusion. Lie. Saddam's troops were stabbing babies in incubators. Lie. Banks are too big to fail. Lie. You're going to die from Ebola. Lie. You're going to die from AIDS. Lie. Kids need 72 vaccines. Lie. Fluoride in the waters to make your teeth white.
Kids need 72 vaccines. Lie. Fluoride makes your teeth white. Lie. Like me and Roxanne were saying yesterday.
Lie. If you touch a baby bird, the mother will stop caring for it. Lie. 3-year-olds can choose their gender. Lie. There's such a thing as gender instead of sex. Lie. Swine flu. Lie. Me Too movement cared about rape victims. Lie. Black Lives Matter cared about black people. Lie. Tiki torches mean you're racist. Lie. Sarah McLachlan cared about dogs. Lie. America's full of white supremacists. Lie. Homosexuals and trans people just want equal rights and don't want to indoctrinate your children at all. Lie. Las Vegas was a lone gunman with no motive.
So you can go and watch that out because it was brilliant. We all come from Essence, Callum, but some things you have to see, you know, as I believe, as you know, on this channel. So that was that, Owen Benjamin. And then I'm going to go into the Flat Earth stuff because it was fabulous. People are helping people to come to that, you know. Yeah, it was great. And Benjamin Owen, I could just watch him. Every time he's on, I watch him because I just love him. Beautiful, real man, stands up, says it like it is in no fear, has a laugh with it as well because he's a comedian and I keep saying we need to bring the proper comedians back. You are allowed to have a laugh, you know, even in these situations. They don't like that. He's just a great guy, you know. He's not afraid of saying what he thinks. Because when you're afraid of saying what you think, you're being shut down and you're in fear, and that's what they want. So we're going to go over to... I've just come across the channel today. We're all anons, mostly in here, Callum. Right, what I'm going to say is, right, I used to watch Edge of Wonder. I've not watched Edge of Wonder for a while. If you know about Edge of Wonder, I don't need to go on about that channel, but I do like the channel. I like the boys on the channel, but I've not watched a lot of it. And because, do you remember I used to go on about Corey Good? Now I'm thinking, not too sure about him and that stuff, because they go on about Antarctica. Now, I've talked about Antarctica. No, he's all right, JP. Because I just take no notice. He knows what I think, so, you know, it's one of them. Antarctica. Now I'm thinking, we started to think a few days ago and then came across Flat Earth Paradise. I don't think we should be looking at Antarctica. I think that's distraction because it's starting to come out a little bit. I think we should be looking at the North Pole. And because me and Fifth were talking about the Notre Dame and the north, that word Notre means north, and the north winds, is we should be looking at the North Pole, because really on a flat Earth you would be looking at the North Pole, wouldn't you? So, I'm gone. Some ridiculous people. So this channel this morning, where is it? Is that what it's called? It can't be called that, right? Let me find this channel because it's brilliant. Yeah, and if you also knew what quantum was, maybe you'd wake up to that. And actually, like I said, that's what you believe. The lovely Sleeping Warrior sent me this morning, even though, you know, I'll just show you a snippet of it because it was really, really good. Just to show you where people are at. Where is it? It is this one. You can hear a little bit of it before I show you the good stuff.
I will show you the science of actually how the cells work, and you will have more knowledge than most doctors in the world today because they still believe in the genes. You are made out of 50 trillion cells, and the cells are the living entities. So you are a community, not a single person.
That's why he believes it's bad.
Every cell in your body has minus voltage on the inside and positive voltage on the outside.
I'll talk about Edge of Wonder in a minute after this, because yeah, I'll put my thoughts on it. You know, whether whatever, but I'll put my thoughts on it. Funny that
is a battery. Every cell has about 1.4 volts. 50 trillion cells in the body times 1.4 volts is 700 trillion volts of electricity in your body right now. And with training and meditation, you can focus this energy called chi.
as we know.
You can use that energy for healing. So while you see yourself as a physical entity, the new physics, you are energy waves interacting with each other right now. All animals and all plants.
Yeah, we should wonder why it's actually called Q and who's
The
helping.
gazelle doesn't have to go up to the lion and say, "Are you my friend?" Because at the distance, the energy can be felt and the gazelle will not go there because of bad vibes. If we, when we were young, were taught to be sensitive to the vibrations,
As we
would
know.
not find ourselves in bad relationships and bad places. But we are usually told not to go by our feelings, but to listen to what people have to say. Language was designed to hide feelings. The point is, all organisms communicate by vibrations and know if they're in a good place or a bad place by reading the vibrations. We humans have that ability, but are not trained to use that ability. When we see
So that was brilliant. Sleeping Warrior sent me that, and I was like, I know, we know, you know, it's electrical universe. Yeah, we're electric, we're energy, plants, everything is energy. So, but that was a channel by, if you want to listen to it,
I will show you
by a channel called Tom Watkinson Disputable Reality, which I've just come across. I haven't looked at his stuff, but he's put that on there. That was really good. So that was that. Now we're going to go into Flat Earth and the North Pole. I don't believe now, because things can change, because things are ever changing. We're not static. Nothing stays the same. Nothing stays still. So people I may have talked about a few months ago, and I'm not talking about Q, I'm talking about some people I've watched. I'm like, you're getting people on your show a bit like, thank you, We the People 24/7 when they got Jerome Causey on their channel, and it went a bit pear-shaped because we all know what he is. Seem to be getting people on their channel like Rory Good has been on a lot, and they're always going on about Antarctica. I'm not saying I don't believe in certain stuff. I'm saying I don't believe in certain stuff they're saying, because they do go on about the moon landings and stuff, and we're all like, really? So they go on about Antarctica. I believe And some of us do now believe that Antarctica is the distraction, because really, if it's flat Earth, it'd be the North Pole. And actually, the guy who supposedly went to Antarctica, the Admiral, whatever his name is, way back, it sounds like he was talking about Antarctica. He wasn't. He was talking about the North Pole. But when I show you these videos, we're going to sit and watch them. And there's a lot of things in there that I've talked about, the Hopi Indians, the art book that I got is in, the art book that I've got that I'm going to go and get you, because I need to show you that. Now, I've been shouting out for ages with a lot of people is that it's a feminine divine coming in. A lot of people know that it's a feminine divine coming in. It's a feminine divine coming in with a masculine, because this world's been too masculine. Fact, right? Remember when I got this book the other week and I said this was the sort of artwork that I loved, and I said the picture, the kiss, is so relevant, and what I saw was the woman has circles and the man is quite squares on his side. The square, circle within a square. Remember that I've just said that, and I was talking about these were more feminine on, because a lot of his pictures, the circles are on the women and the squares are on the men. Remember this, because this is going to come into a video in a minute. Are we ready? Oof. Right. Let's go. So, first of all, sorry, Edge of Wonder. Loved Edge of Wonder. I'm not saying they're not this, that and the other, but they've gone very a bit more professional looking, and to me they're having people on their Admiral had bird flu, people on their channel that, like, I don't know, disinformation. I think North Pole we should be looking at, you know. And I've the Hopi Indians, I've talked about the Aurora Borealis, I've been talking about that for ages. Heart energy is green, the Aurora Borealis is June, it's the core. Do you remember when I said I got this shungite with a tree of life on it? Dudes, people who are new here won't know. Do you remember when I was talking about, I drew a picture of a tree and said we are the core, because it's as above as below and it's part of Earth, we are the core. Remember when I did all that and the tree of life, and I said, like, hey, I love when I get a subscriber, T. Thank you. I'm thanking that you have subscribed, but I get really excited when I see the bunny come up. Sorry. Yay. The tree of life, I know this sounds mad to some people, hi Sleeping Warrior, but the tree of life, Asgard, right? Remember I talked about Thor? No wonder I was obsessed with Thor and Asgard and all these films. Just remember all that stuff that I've talked about, right? Are you ready? Sit back, because I've got a few things to show you. Well, just sit back and listen, mate, and just listen for once. Right, you ready? I'm going to show you these videos, and they're not that long, so we're going to sit back and see if you can see what I've been talking about in these videos. Now, it's Flat Earth Paradise, so you can go and check it out as well, but I'm going to show you in the order I was watching them in, because I was like, huh? Oh, also, before that, sorry, there's a guy. Do you remember when I talked about the film The Dark Crystal and then The Dark Tower, and there was a core bit in the middle? I'm just going to show you this a minute. And why the North Pole is important, not Antarctica. Right. This channel, UAP, just going to listen to a little bit of this, because this is a big one.
Reporting was decided that, used to be on the maps.
This.
All the maps around the world showed this, where that, all for the fake Saturn images.
Fake Saturn. Just watch what pops up in a
And
minute.
it pays no mind to the gravitational
He's a flat earther, by the way.
input of the moon and other huge, massive nearby objects. Because that would complicate to such a degree that
Watch this.
math on that extends at the North Pole up through the firmament.
That's the Dark Tower film.
The North Star, the polar star at the
The
top,
Tree of Life, the
which
core.
might be a projector that projects the sun and the moon, or could be something.
The North Pole.
This could be a picture of just a hurricane or a fake picture of a fake storm on fake Jupiter, or it could be a real high altitude balloon photograph of what the North Pole really looks like. Have you ever heard of the polar vortex? Well, in contemporary
Hi, Colin.
with mundane weather reporting.
Anyway, that you'll understand that if you know what I've been talking about. So that was a channel called, I'm going to get into the good stuff now, the UAP channel. It's called Oops, Hidden North Pole Revealed. I think we're looking in the wrong direction, looking at Antarctica at the south. I think we should be looking at the north. The north has got a lot to do with everything, like when we were talking about Notre Dame Cathedral. Anyway, some people won't get it, but that's fine. So, in order, I was watching Greetings. Roxanne and Dolly's hangout was great. We're going to be doing more of them. We had a fun time. We had a really fun time. Roxanne said this morning she woke up with a smile on her face because we just enjoyed it and we had a laugh, and that's all what it's about, bringing high vibe energy as well. So, right, in order, it goes like this. So sit back, folks, and listen because this was brilliant. Sleeping Warrior, you might enjoy this as well. So I've talked about not Shungite, but the Tree of Life. Now, remember when I said ages ago about I love Thor, and in the Thor film he points up to the sky telling her where he's from, and he draws the Tree of Life, which looks a bit like this. I remember I've talked about 7 wonders of the world and all that sort of stuff. If you're on my level, looks a bit like this. So let's sit back and enjoy this. See what he says.
All of us have this fear of rejection.
Are you ready?
We're gonna
Could be 10 minutes long, I don't know. Let me get rid of this. Right.
I am Hermes, messenger of the gods.
No, we're not listening to that,
The
but
Axis Mundi is the world's center, or the connection between heaven and earth. This term means pivot point or line connecting the earth and the heaven.
Earth and the heavens.
The thread of oneness which connects all.
Can you hear it?
Is at 0 point of our plane, at the center. This cosmic connection between heaven and hell, high and low, and the different
As above,
dimensions
so below.
is Axis Mundi. Like a spine that holds together all of the realms, from lowest to highest, with the human world, known to the Norsemen as Midgard, center.
Midgard, Asgard.
Different cultures represent the Axis Mundi by various symbols such as this Tree of Life unites 3 planes. Its branches reach for the sky, the heavens. Its trunk.
That is what Thor draws in the film Asgard. Not Asgard, the first film, Thor. He draws lines up and say, oh, this is a plane, this is a plane. He draws this.
And its roots reach down into the underworld, lower realms. The Axis Mundi is the place where the 4 compass directions unite, allowing the light of heaven to be
But listen to what he said, because I've talked about all of this. It's
We
brilliant.
can view the descent of spirit into matter as the way top of the Tree of Life, also known as the megapoint, funnels energy into this material plane, to the 3rd dimension. Because we are microcosms of the macrocosm, our human form
As
functions
above,
as
so below.
the world axis as well.
The core.
Yes,
The
the
North
Tree of Life
Pole.
is in us. The human body itself is a pillar between heaven and earth, because the whole chakra system is based on the concept of a cosmic pole, the Kundalini being where the
As we
energy
know.
funnels upwards from the underworld, the lower chakras, into the heart, bridge, and up into the heavens,
Heart's here.
going from the roots, the trunk, the branches. This is the ascensional process. Through heart.
I think you need focus. We are about our energy, spiritual meaning. Yes, I know that. I'm trying to show people, but you can go through a process of finding out stuff. That's what I say all the time. Everything energy. Trump's just said that. I know that. I'm trying to show people, and it's interesting to watch no matter what people say on here. So I know that. Don't worry about that. We'll get into that. You go and watch these channels. Some people don't know. That's why I'm on here, trying to show people different things. Okay?
The power of manifestation.
Just saying.
All points of the chakras can align, unite. The heart is the mediator between earth and the heavens. This is why the cosmic axis, Mount Meru, Buddhist and Hindu mythology, shows the base as solid, but up and up we go. The levels get more ethereal. This is what happens when we connect ourselves with part of the earth through blood over intent. When we
The higher you go, the more ethereal you go. Just like Fifth's doing, the more you see. That makes sense. If you listen to this properly, you'll understand what I've been talking about all this time. And I've got a message that I got last night and found it this morning. I was blown away by it. So here you go.
heavenly swastika of the pole
The
star
swastika.
Polaris.
Now, some
The
people.
swastika is one of the most pervasive ancient
Oh
symbols
my God.
of the Big Dipper around
Right,
the pole
sorry.
star throughout
The swastika.
ourselves.
The swastika, some people get really offended by. Hitler took it from the Buddhists. They knew, because the people who sit there, meditate and do spiritual stuff knew about the meaning, the high meaning of the swastika, not what they said it was used for. It was a symbol of peace, by the way, and some people don't understand that. Vril is mentioned in here. Do you remember me talking about the Vril Society? Which is on the Q map? Which is Vril to do with Hitler, Hitler to do with Vril, Maria Orchich from the Vril Society, because they knew this stuff, which is in connection with Tesla, which he knew, which is in connection to Donald Trump's uncle. Boom! Why is Donald Trump talking about energy today? Just saying.
Heart of the earth, blood over intent, claim our divinity. This process of collective ascension. There are many, many world axes throughout mythology
Hang on, I think we've missed that bit for you.
of a cosmic pole, the Kundalini being where the energy funnels upwards from the underworld, is a pillar between heaven and earth. Based on the concept of a cosmic pole, the Kundalini
Sorry, missed the swastika
going
out.
from the roots to the trunk, the branches.
When I talk about
The
trees,
ascensional process. Through harnessing the power of manifestation,
let's just go back to something, because I have written records in a way, don't I? Let me have a look. Just let me go and find it. Remember when I'm drawing and I draw things and I don't know why it came into my head? Do you remember when I drew this picture? Why are her feet roots? Like she's half a tree, but she connects to the sky. But she is of earth. And I did the hair spanning out for the Indian Hopi, you know, about your antennae hair, Vril Society. Remember me drawing this? Weeks ago. Or I don't even know when it was. Do you remember me drawing this? And I just drew it. And she was a bit of a mermaid as well. The water's above the waters below, the waters above the stars, because we are part of the cosmos as well. Everything earthly. And do you remember the tree? That's why I say I draw things and then I look back and I'm like, record already there. A bit like the JFK Jr. picture. So. Oh, it's Roxanne, but I can't. What's she saying? Let me check what Roxanne's saying. Yeah, we are all spiritual beings. I've shouted that out on the channel a lot. We're spiritual beings. We're beings having a human experience in a meat suit. Yep, we know that. Fabulous. I'll check what she's saying after, because I think she's got some new lighting or something. So let's carry on. There's my book's in this as well.
our true state of being.
Hang on.
Upside-down world. Because your current state of being is but a mirror projection of your true self in Hyperborea. This realm,
Hyperborea.
this center point lies between the heavenly swastika of the pole star Polaris. The swastika is one of the most pervasive ancient symbols in the world, and this is because it is the representation of the movement of the Big Dipper around star throughout the seasons.
Oh, the stars in the
It is the
sky.
sign of ascension, the sign of the center of this toroidal field, which shall be reconfigured very soon by the living soul's collective intentions to manifest a golden age of expansion,
The golden age,
wisdom,
which
harmony,
people
and
fear.
bliss. Since the center is the heart of the earth, a placeholder for the heart chakra by way of the emerald aurora borealis,
Emerald
we
green.
could say that activating the heart collectively acts as a universal solvent, destroying all disharmony in this realm. As we discussed in my video on the Philosopher's Stone, the heart is this very stone that the alchemical...
Hang on, I'm just thinking if I can get my stand on here, I might be able to hold it up for you. Hang on. You know, you can go to these channels after, but I just want to like share it with you. If I can do it on my stand instead of holding it, it'd be a lot easier. I've got to learn how to get these videos up myself, but just let me see if we can do it. But yeah, and the thing about Edge of Wonder, like I was saying, they're getting people on there, and I'm like, if they're calling flat earthers, that's another thing. It's like, well, see you mates, I've not been watching you for a while anyway. Let me see if I can bring this down. If there's anyone new that's come in and who didn't check our channel out, our live chat last night on Roxanne the Globalist in I was on there. I thought he was coming over here, so we'll have to sort that out next time. It's actually on her channel, the live stream we did last night. Everybody has give lovely comments. Thank you to all the people who left the nice comments that you enjoyed it. You know, you don't have to believe everything to hi Fifth. It's all linking up, Fifth. All linking up. You may have gone over and seen these videos because I said, you know, go and check the channel out, but you may not have done because I haven't watched all of them yet. But every time I see something out, oh my god, we were talking about. Let me see if I can link this up. If I can't, oh my god, it's breaking. Oh my god. Just open my eyes. Yeah, I got up late today. That's why I had to come and do this because I just find it fabulous. Fabulous, darlings. I like to share what I find. It's all about sharing and uniting and showing people stuff, you know. If you don't like it, don't watch. That's all I can say. That is the motto, you know. Don't like it, not interested in it, don't watch. Simple. Nothing else you have to do. Right, I think I can show this to you without holding it because it's doing my head in. Let's see if I can get this up. Oh my god, right, it's going to work. This is pathetic. Every time I buy one of these, the whole thing collapses. Look, it's falling apart because it's a piece of crap. What is going on? Right, let me see if I can stabilise it a little bit. This is rubbish. Right, oh my god, what's it doing? Oh! Oh, things just don't go right. Right, come on, you silly thing. It's raining here in the UK. At least my flowers are getting a drink anyway, you know. Why do people watch the weather? Like, why do people watch the news on the weather? You just have to look out your windows to see what happens. That's how daft people are as well, you know. I've got to watch the news. Why? Just look outside your window, people. Right, I've done it. Let's see if this works because I don't want to hold it. Right, you've got to let me know if you can hear it. I'm going to have to move it over, probably right in front of my face. Is this going to work? Don't know if it's going to work or not. Oh my god. Maybe, maybe not. Sorry, I'm just messing. Trying to think. Oh no. What's it done? A little screen maybe. I'll have to go little. I'll have to. Oh, this is ridiculous. How do I? No, it looks like I'm going to have to hold it. That is not working. It's too. Oh, hang on. Does that go down? No, it's not working. I'll have to manually hold it, whatever the word is. Oh, let's go. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous way of doing it, but we'll do it anyway. Right, off we go again. So, let's finish this off. Let's get to the swastika.
Of this realm, manifest all disharmony into the axis mundi. But this is not a physical journey. This is indeed of the earth, a placeholder for the heart.
Swastika.
The sign of ascension, the sign of the center of this toroidal, which shall be reconfigured very soon by the living soul's collective intentions, manifest a golden age of expansion, truth, wisdom, harmony, and bliss. Since the center is the heart of the earth, a placeholder for heart chakra by way of the emerald green aurora borealis, could say that activating the heart collectively acts as a universal solvent, destroying all disharmony in the
Tree of life, yeah.
As we discussed in my video on the Philosopher's Stone, the heart is this very stone that the alchemical texts speak, because it has the ability to transmute anything, everything, including the disharmony we have experienced, including this third dimensional realm. But this entire experience, an illusion, using the internet as a magic mirror, we are taking control of this reality, our fate. We shall journey to the axis mundi, but this is not a physical journey. This is indeed a process of taking the aurora borealis to ourselves. Right now, you are in Hades, the land of the dead. You live in Virgin land, in an upside-down world, because your current state of being but a mirror projection of your true self in Hyperborea. Everything here is a dimensional projection has been filtered through the lens of our collective shadows. What this means is our fifth dimensional Hyperborean bodies, which is our true state of being, been expressing dualism, expressing inner chaos, and so the matter that has been projected around us is but a piece of how our true environment actually looks like, which is made of light and is not of a hyperphysical state. We have been suffering because there is an AI consciousness which has manifested through dualism. None of us have been attacked. None of us are subject to the bad guys. I know, it's hard to really understand, but with love, we see that the level of thought forms all around us.
That's love, and that's fair. Getting love, because more of it.
Which have materialized as AI consciousness are lost. They are shadow projections. They are not. Yes, they do not have true bodies in Hyperborea. The best way.
I just want to say, it does show Trump on here, but it doesn't mean that he knows, because everyone assumes that all politicians are the same, so it doesn't trigger me.
To deal with them is to ignore them, laugh at them, is to see them for what they truly are, nothing but pesky monsters under the bed. Again, love is the universal solvent. Those in power we have seen as the Illuminati, the demonic forces of the world. They do not funnel into organic physical content like we do, because they are not involved in the fifth dimensional projection process, which is natural, like we are. No, they are our shadow selves. Let's look at the trinity of mind, soul, and body as it relates to our current state.
Oh!
Your mind,
the mind, body, and soul. I think we've talked about that as well.
The interface that you interact with is construct and is not your soul. Your soul is the everlasting, ever-present driver.
Oh, there's 2 more videos, Fish,
our mind
after
or our
this.
soul. Every time you have a thought form in fear, suffering, if not fully incorporated with worked out, then it will express itself as an external form of consciousness which can now feed off of you and others. And so this process is getting out of the mind, getting back to the soul.
Yes, it is what happened to us. Is it saying there? Yeah, there's a power centre, the Aurora Borealis, at the North Pole, you know, where we're not allowed to go over. I think, don't look at Antarctica. I think that's disinformation. I think that's a distraction. The North Pole makes more sense. I think Fifth knows where I'm coming from. Also, we have a centre power system, the heart, the same as Earth because we're connected. Same above as well because it's all connected. So yes, your power comes from love because we are all energy. There is a power source at the centre of the earth, which is the tree of life. But if you listen to this, because there's 2 more after this, I want to sit and watch them with you because they're not that long, but it's matching up to what I've said. Fifth, this book comes into play. I nearly fell on the floor, you know, when I got it the other week. So let's listen. It's not that long. It goes off in a minute.
Well, the heart of the soul. This is why toroidal field emerges from your heart.
The North Pole is closed off to us, Colin, because not a lot of people are allowed to go there. It is closed off.
This is the 0 point. This is just like the axis.
Too busy looking at Antarctica.
Your true self exists forever at the heart, outside of your mind, without defilement.
We're not talking about going to the North Pole. We're actually talking about going to... Well, while someone stuck a pole in the ground, we're talking about where the energy comes from, the centre. You're not allowed there. Right to it.
Not be defiled. And what are we doing, my blood brothers and sisters? We're going back to heart space. So we should funnel our mind
Fifth.
through our soul, and therefore that, our body. This is harmonious physical existence, and this is the test that all living souls are undergoing right now. The universe is not evil. The universe is always working in our favor. Every obstacle is a lesson to be learned. I am Hermes, messenger of the gods.
So there was that one, if anyone got what I was saying, and then we'll go on to the next one because it goes in conjunction of what I've been talking about. And I know some people enjoyed that chat last night, but they don't like the fact that I talk about Q and Trump when they're not really realising what the hell's going on with stuff. Right, flat Earths, the imperishable, scarred land. The 7 races. Now I've come across this before. The 7 root races. There's that number again, 7. Let's watch this one and see if it makes any sense to people or resonates. Doesn't have to, but if you know where I'm coming from and the stuff I've been talking about, you will probably resonate with it. So let's go.
Hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you're doing well.
Let's go.
The School of Theosophy teaches that a series of 7 root races or humanity will develop during the present round of the Earth's spiritual evolution. Currently, each lives on its own continent, a word referring not only to the main continental area where the evolution of a race takes place, but also to all that exists during the life. Just as the root races overlap,
Listen to this.
so parts of the continents of one root race integrated into the continental system of the rest.
The sun's in this, in one of these videos, Fifth, the black sun.
Unfolds
And the
as a
golden
series
age.
of epochs. For each epoch, there is a day. During your life, experience day and night. Similarly,
And he's just talked about the swastika, because the swastika's good. People think it's evil because they think of Hitler. No, Hitler stole it.
a higher point of view, your entire life is one day. Death is. After night passes, a new day arrives, a new existence. The same is true of these. Related to this humanity, there have been many days and nights. We are now in the middle of a great cosmic day. In Sanskrit, what's called a Mahamanvantara. We are in the 4th day. or epoch, and there are 7 cycles or rounds within each day. In the Akashic records, there have only been epochs. This current epoch had to do with moving away from existence to physical existence. Lena Blavatsky writes, 7 continents, 4 of which have already lived their day. 2 are to appear in the future. First continent was the perishable sacred land. Instead of it, trust. This was the home of the first race of kind, the polar race, which had neither type nor color. These, our first ancestors, had ethereal, not physical bodies, could not be injured or destroyed by death. We can absolutely draw a parallel to Plato's account of an original race that was deathless and non-breathing. In the Kabbalah of the Mayan Mysteries, Samael on Weor writes, the Aztecs state that the human beings of the first root race were extraordinary, dark-colored giants. This was a very civilized, androgynous, asexual, semi-physical, semi-etheric race. The first root race lived on the sacred island situated in the North Polar Cap. That island still exists, yet it is in a Jinn state with dimension. The second continent is very elusive. It's considered home of the second root race, Greek Hyperboreans. Theosophical accounts say it extended southward and westward from the North Pole. But most others have identified the North Pole as Hyperborea's location, including René Guénon, Miguel Serrano, William Warren, and many others. Not to mention, the name itself, Hyperborea, refers to something beyond the Aurora Borealis, which shoots out of the center of our plane. So despite what Theosophy says, everything points to Hyperborea as being a polar continent. It's strange because in this way, it's very much related to the imperishable sacred land. And one must ask, is the second continent simply the first continent in a later time period? It's more than likely. After
Very
all,
interesting.
Continents, as Blavatsky writes, has to do with all of the land in general inhabited during a race's cycle. Let's go over to what Miguel Serrano has said in Na's Book of the Resurrection. He writes, Hyperborea still exists, beyond the yellow sun and the black sun, ray of green light, suggesting that
The sun
Hyperborea,
fifth.
once a continent existing at the north, now has an etheric double with the realms of the green light, Aurora Borealis. But this is pretty much what Samael on Weor wrote of the first continent. We'll resolve this later. The third continent is said to have stretched from the Indian Ocean to Australia. This is known as Lemuria, or this was when the gods walked the earth and mixed freely with mortals. All of these stories of Nephilim, Anunnaki, these originate in Lemuria, and this is also when the fall of man began. It was a slow process that kept up during the fourth continent. The survivors of the destruction of Lemuria gave birth to Atlantis. Hierarchies in society began. Worship of material goods.
Oh, yeah, they did.
The Atlanteans had degenerated a great deal and had now started using their awesome powers for evil. Their magical science became black, and with these changes came horrible devices. The Atlanteans could now create a mental monster, crystallize into existence through their willpower. Millions of people perished, and all of the powerful cities of Atlantis submerged with the ocean that now bears its name. The fifth continent is said to be Asia, where theosophical writings tell us the fifth race began. Of course, we're still in this race time period, so all dry land is the fifth continent. It's said that this Aryan root race, instead of evolving, has devolved, and its corruption is now worse than that of the Atlanteans in their...
I don't know what's going on in chat, but let's not argue with whatever's going on. I think it was by accident. And the lovely Roxanne, the Globalist Anaya, is here. But yeah, I'm just trying to get through these videos because I can't put it up on air. I hope you can hear it because this is just relevant with what I've been talking about. So we're just sort of sitting back and listening.
And there are two more continents and races
Flat
that
Earth.
begin to exist within this great cosmic day. The account preserved in the book of Genesis can be interpreted to agree with Blavatsky's first four races.
I don't know what's going on.
Genesis actually points to four different creation stories within one creation story.
Look.
The first, the creation by the Elohim of a male and female spiritual Adam. The second creation story tells of a more materialized being made of the dust of the earth and placed in Eden, which in Theosophy is recognized as the polar homeland. The third creation story tells of the separation into sexes. And the last, the definitive entry into physical bodies and the exclusion from Eden. In this way, this great cosmic day can not only be seen as four races and four continents, but it's describing the devolution from light bodies to dense physical bodies. René Guénon's account of Hyperborea resembles Blavatsky's in many ways. According to Guénon, this
Thank you, Tree Hugger Dave. Agree with the tree of life and the tree of knowledge and the root races are all here now at the awakening higher realms on Q map. Yeah, it is on Q map. That's what I've shouted out. We've got Hyperborea right at the top of the Q map, Lemuria, Atlantis and Mu, and that's what I've said. And it's all in here. Root races. Root races.
Adamic cycle, which Ganon believed to be now nearing its close, began in the Hyperborean land called Tula, a similar name to the Greek capital city of Hyperborea called Thule.
North
It
Pole,
was the
flat
first
Earth.
and supreme center, the archetypal sacred island, and its situation was literally
The South Pole is like the ice ring.
at the origin. What manner of beings live there, Ganon does not say, but he gives one to understand that our cycle of humanity began there, identifying, you guessed it, Mount Meru at the center of the earth, whom Blavatsky herself said of Meru, the abode of the gods, was
This-
placed as before explained in the North Pole. Meru is the high abode of the gods. If we are to put together what so many authors and mystics have written, it's clear that
It goes on about the
has
feminine in a bit.
significance as a flourishing paradise.
Brilliant.
Although right now we cannot resolve the odd tension between the polar and Hyperborean race, but we can gather enough of an idea. Blavatsky's cosmogony, the
Read
first
about her.
race, was created by pure spirit. Again, lived at the North. This sacred land is stated never to have shared the fate of the other continents because it is the only one whose destiny is to last from the beginning to the end. While every race has and will be destroyed, this first race remains existing and flourishing today, housing the original divine consciousness. Accordingly, it is the cradle of the first man and the dwelling of the last divine mortal. Blavatsky writes, if the teaching is understood correctly, the first continent which came into existence
Understood
towered
correctly.
over the whole North Pole, like one unbroken crust, and remains so to this day. Beyond that inland sea which seemed like an unreachable mirage, the few Arctic travelers who perceived it. Terms such as the blessed land of eternal light and summer, and the land of the eternal sun, are throughout Theosophy literature, and this is referring to this continent and to the central sun,
Black sun.
which neither sets nor rises in this imperishable land. Tibetan sacred texts speak of a mystical kingdom called Shambhala, where the most sacred of the Buddhist teachings are preserved. Both the Hindu
Wait till you hear the song. I got in my head last night a message and I looked it up this morning and was like, oh my god, Biff, you'll like it at the end of this.
and Buddhist traditions say it contains a magnificent central palace radiating a powerful diamond-like light. Buddhist texts say that Shambhala can only be reached by a long and difficult journey across a wilderness of deserts and mountains, and warn that only those who are called and have the necessary spiritual preparation will be able to find it. Others will only find blinding storms, empty mountains, or even death. One text says that the kingdom of Shambhala is round, but it is usually depicted as an 8-petaled lotus. I've said this before, a symbol of the heart chakra. Indeed, an old Tibetan story states that the kingdom of Shambhala is in your own heart. The guidebooks to Shambhala, whose puzzling directions are a mixture of realism and fantasy, can be read on one level as instructions for taking an inner journey from the familiar world of the surface consciousness.
I bring these videos when I find them because I want people to see this is an easy way of understanding it.
Through
The way I
wilds
understand
of the
it.
subconscious, in sanctuary of the superconscious. But even so, the idea that Shambhala is also located in the material world is firmly rooted in Tibetan tradition. Shambhala, our spiritual home, is said in Theosophy to comprise 2 localities on Earth. One of them is situated in the highlands of Asia, somewhere to the westward of the meridian line passing through Lhasa. Long ago,
Remember, I can sort of see what's going in chat. We're all great. You know, we all get a bit mad sometimes and we all do things that we don't mean at the time and I don't believe you meant it, blah, blah. I'm just saying that. So remember the cycle thing, just forget it. But it is hard to bring someone back in, I know that. But I can see what you're all saying, so that's good. I
this
can see.
locality was a sacred island in a vast Central Asian inland sea, known as the Abyss of Learning, or Sea of Knowledge, and was accessible via subterranean passages. But there is also another holy location, alluded to in all the great exoteric religions. This spot is
Well, we were in harmony with the tree of life and everything, weren't we, at one point, until the tree got chopped down, or whatever you want to say, or captured, or whatever.
what the Hindu Puranas call Mount Meru, what the Arabians call Mount Quaff, and what the Greeks call Mount Olympus. It is the North Pole. As one
Of course it'd be the North Pole.
The snowy Arctic, air actually becomes warmer and warmer. The snow covers thinner and thinner until there are only grassy tundras flowering.
Yes, what happened to us, desires are false. I mean, that's why MSN put stuff out, and a lot of celebrities put stuff out, oh, desire this, desire that. You don't, that's wanting something, desires, lust,
Subtropical climate.
lower
This
chakras.
is the atmosphere of the center landmass developing Mount Meru. We originally emerged from this subterranean place many incarnations.
Well, I did tell you, Colin, it is fascinating because all this interlinks with Q and that, and I know you're not really into that, but that's what got me into this, was actually Q, so big up to Q. So it is interesting. We need to know our history to go forward. Some people don't believe that, but we do need to know where we came from to know where we're going. Well, we know where we're going, some of us, but I'm putting stuff out there to let people see what other stuff is out there compared to what the news tell you and what we've been told all our lives about certain things.
And this idea isn't new.
So,
Many Native American peoples believe that their ancestors originated in a joyous subterranean realm. Specifically, Cherokee Indians speak of a subterranean world much like our own, with mountains, trees, rivers, and people. Aztecs
I know you get
believe
me.
that their
I know.
ancestors came from a land called Aztlan, and that after escaping its destruction, they ended up in a cavern called Chico-Maztac, or the 7 cavern cities of gold.
Far
where
more
they lived
interesting.
Before emerging to the surface world. Much like the different continents.
And if something resonates in your heart so much, you know it's true. That's how you know something's true. We work by energy. It's not what you're told when you're like, it's not what you're told in here. When you vibrate with something and you resonate with it and you think, do you know what, that's because you know it's the truth. Or some people call it a gut feeling. It comes from the heart.
Theosophy, the Hopis believe that there have been a succession of 4 worlds. Some chosen people were saved from the disasters that destroyed the first 2.
We do get to the same places from different areas, I have said that, but also remember some of the great known people they put out there, like, I don't know, for instance, bloody Einstein and all that, they've not been putting truth out as well, you know what I mean? So that's why we've got mixed up with stuff.
By taking refuge underground. Some survived the destruction of the 3rd world by being sealed inside hollows.
Yep, roll sauce.
The Pima Indians speak of the emergence into our world, affected through a spiral hole that was bored up to the earth's
Remember I've
surface.
talked about the Native
And
American
legends of
Indians?
origins in subterranean lands are also found in Africa and Australia. Aboriginals believe their ancestors came up out of the ground, traveled about the country, and created tribes. And ultimately,
Yes, Einstein was a
away
joke,
beyond
yep.
the confines
A lot of
their
them were.
territory, or went down into the ground again.
But people believe it.
According to the native traditions of the Caroline Islands,
Get on
Papua
Tesla.
New Guinea, and Malaysia, a subterranean race of giants went underground in ancient times.
Yeah, we
These
did.
giants, once inhabitants of the lost continent of Chamat, will one day emerge and remake. Tribes in Bengal and Burma hold these similar beliefs as well. The Zoroastrian Avesta refers to the mythical Srosha dwelling on the cosmic mountain Hare, the Persian equivalent of Mount Meru at the Bridge of Decision, to paradise. Similarly, the Hindu myths remind us that at the summit of Meru circles Brahma's golden city. The Mandean Gnostics believed in an ideal version of Earth called Shunya Kushta.
Beautiful tree hugger Dave. Taking all the lies they had told us, lack creativity of a new story, thus lies bagged up and taken as a whole still shows the root exactly of knowledge, i.e. root of the tree is within. Yes, it is, the core.
Earth of light, peopled by a divine race of superhumans, and this was situated in the far north.
Why I have to come and show
separated
you?
from our world by a high mountain. Shunya Kushta was said to exist between heaven and earth, just like Mount Meru. Mandean Gnosis, every being in the physical universe has its counterpart in the heavenly earth of Mashunya Kushta, inhabited by the descendants of a mystical Adam and Eve, When one enters Mashunia Kushta, one abandons his body
Keep
and takes
watching.
on the subtle body of his etheric alter ego. This is an internal process
Yes,
as much
Alan.
as it is external. Shambhala is in the heart, but it's also at the end of our compasses. What does this process
The Trinity's
look
in
like
here.
100%?
Everything I've been talking
I really
about.
can't say until we get there. But what's clear is there's definitely a stargate, a cosmic elevator at the north, leading into an advanced civilization and perhaps other realms. When we go through it, we have the ability to gain superhuman abilities dictated by the shedding of these dense physical body suits. This is the true second coming, the apocalypse, the
Whoop, whoop.
return to Zion. Exit.
Zion, that's a word, isn't it? Yeah, the true apocalypse, remember, because the apocalypse is lifting the veil and all that. It's not the end of the world, not as they were saying it was.
And the resurrection of the Tree of Life. 2019, we are expecting to go back to the imperishable sacred land, gathered under blood over intent as our metaphysical ticket to get to the center. And if you feel compelled, replicate the videos you see, publish.
Aren't we all doing this?
Once again, thank you for watching. I love you all.
Right, so I'm sorry this is going on for a bit, but I've got one more to show you because it says about my little art book over there, which I got and was like, oh yeah, you know, the feminine. It's got the feminine, so connect heart, mind, pineal gland. Yeah, we've talked all about that on my channel. We talk about that's why you should drink distilled water because they're trying to calcify your pineal gland with fluoride. Yep, globalist. I have a little chat before I do the last one because it's brilliant, this one, and I can't believe it was in my art book that I got and everything. Deny a great show, Dolly, last night. Yeah, we're going to be doing more Tapper because we bounced off each other. If nobody noticed, we bounced off each other. It was really fun. We both loved it. There's so many things we can root off into, as I said yesterday, branches, because sorry for the people who don't like Q, but there's so much in there that you root off on that conspiracy with every other so-called conspiracy. Roots off to everything. We're going to talk about it. There's so much to talk about. But doing it, two of us together, we can bounce different ideas off, because like Roxanne said yesterday, I'll come up with some stuff that she hasn't thought of, but it all links up, right? Because I'm a bit more over the other veil side. And it's all the same, isn't it, Roxanne? And we're a bit like the two Ronnies, and I think it'd be quite good. Like, Roxanne's a bit more... You probably present yourself better than me, I think, with your words and stuff. I'm a bit more dippy, but I think that comes together, and I think it's needed. Like, if anyone knows of... not that they talk about this, but they are Trump supporters. Diamond and Silk in America, we could be the version. We're like the two Ronnies, but doing it with a bit of fun involved, because that's a higher energy, positivity, vibe, energy that we're throwing out. So if people believe in energy and it affects others, maybe you might not believe in certain things we're saying, but you might want to come and watch because the energy's vibing. Who wants to go and watch a channel where everyone's in doom and gloom? Even if they're talking about truth, why would you want to talk to somebody that's like just doing it in a doom and gloom sort of style and putting fear into people, even if stuff is true? Because we know there's a lot of horrible stuff out there. But yeah, love is the key. We know that. You know, it might bring people across that are like, hang on a minute, I actually find this interesting. I might go and look at something. Who knows? But you know what I'm saying. I just thought it was brilliant. Yeah, well said. And we just had a laugh, didn't we? And Roxanne said to me this morning, she woke up with a smile on her face. That's good energy as well. It's not making you think, oh, and if we enjoy it, we're going to want to talk again and do it again. So we will be doing it again, even if I said to Roxanne, even if it's once a week, where maybe we could call it, because I think you put on yesterday, sometimes on my channel, sometimes on, or I need to get the thing where it's on both channels, but I think Roxanne called it, was it Dolly and Roxanne's, a night in with Dolly and Roxanne? We should call it something like Dolly or Roxanne, whatever way round, like realm, so we can talk about because that goes in with the conspiracies, doesn't it? It'd be good. Coffee realm. So it was brilliant. Yeah, and we like the where they on now. You know, the old this business, don't we? We love this. Woo-hoo-hoo. It was brilliant, and I'm glad you all enjoyed it, because you know, I know some of you have been following me for a bit, like, you know, and I'm doing my little talks, but as Sleeping Warrior told me, to expand a little bit and go on other people's channels and have more positive vibe to things instead of debating. Like, some people just want to debate. Yeah, there's good channels that are doing that, but I don't want to do that in the way some people do it. Yeah, and I'm hoping to get in contact with 007 at some point and maybe talking about stuff, because he wants to talk about balance, which is the biggest, is what we're talking about. It was brilliant. So I'm just going to go through the next video, because this might put some more stuff out there about the divine and everything, and I found this brilliant, and I'm just putting this stuff out there because I got very excited about it today, because it's a lot of stuff I've been talking about, and then I come across this and I'm like, yes, but I'm showing you because I can't get the words out sometimes. So yeah, so we're going to go into the next one now, see what you think of this one, and then I'll come into chat, and then I'm going to go. But I need to tell you about the song that popped into my head last night, because I'm like, boom, 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 boom.
Here's something so interesting. Babies are born
But we should be looking at the North Pole, not Antarctica.
And the fear
By
Right, here we go. You ready?
By William Reed. It's the collaboration of multiple polar explorers who strongly suggested that the Earth was hollow, with openings at its poles. The book was based on the idea that the Earth is a globe, but as flat earthers, we know this to be wrong. However, the idea of openings at the poles leading to an interior world still holds up nonetheless. It's written, the aurora is not, as supposed by many, an accumulation of electricity or magnetic.
It would be great at some point in time, or what is time, where people on our channel, me, Roxanne, people in America, could just meet up somewhere when some of this is done and just have like one big party out somewhere. Do you know what I mean? Something. It'd just be so brilliant to actually meet in real life. I think we should put that out to the ether, you know? Just saying.
The poles. If the light was not the sun, what is it? A fire in the interior Earth. There is nothing about this aurora that a great fire in the interior would not furnish a solution. He had the right idea. The aurora is coming from a source through the poles. Reed had no understanding of the function of the black sun within the Earth, so he assumed
Yes, Roxanne, celebrate Truth Day. Let's push that one forward. Brilliant, yeah.
the aurora was caused by a literal fire within. The truth is that the black sun produces divine green rays, Vril energy, which shoots out of the center opening, along with some openings in the south.
Yes, thank you, Colin. That's brilliant. We all have an opening on the top of the head, the fontanelle, which closes up shortly after birth. This fits with the hole at the pole theory. Of course it does. At the North Pole, not the South Pole, not Antarctica, where they're going to get us to look very soon with maybe a disclosure of distraction. Just saying.
Ring magnets have their north polarity in the center and south polarity on the outer rim. This is the exact magnetism of our flat Earth. The North Pole is at the center, and the South Pole is the
All
ice
linking together, aren't we? All
These
for
aurora
something.
lights can be seen in the North and South Poles. In the North, they're known as the Aurora Borealis.
Listen to this
and
one.
in the South, the Aurora Australis. There are entrances into different lands beyond the South Pole, but as seen on this diagram from Na's Book of the Resurrection, these lands correspond with the sacral chakra, the chakra that rules sexuality and pleasure. The lands beyond the North Pole correspond with the crown chakra, the chakra that rules divine intelligence. The South Pole's chakra shows a circle inside of a square.
Fifth, you'll love this video. I know you've been talking about the black sun and it makes more sense now, so you'll love this.
Squares are masculine
I told you this guy's brilliant. Don't know where he came from.
and circles are feminine. So this tells us that the lands beyond the
I know a magic circle, but listen to this. The circle is a woman and the square is a man. Circle within a square. Now listen to what he says, because it makes sense. Where this book came in, as I've said before, The Kiss, the Art Nouveau book, she's got circles on her dresses and he's got more squares. Male, female. Listen to what he says. This is what I was saying the other week.
South Pole openings are full of masculine energy dominating the heavily suppressed divine feminine. This alchemical Freemasonic symbol
Boom.
of squaring the circle is what's been done on this plane. I'm not saying the divine masculine does not have its role.
No, we're not
but
saying that.
The fact is, we live in a realm powered by the goddess, which I often show in my flat Earth Trinity model, consisting of sun, black sun, and astral light. The North Pole's chakra leads to a void, and then a square within a circle, showing us the true balance of divine feminine and masculine energies, with the triangle.
We have a paradigm in which mind is separated from body.
The sunspots.
There's me going on about my artwork and the kiss. Oh, I love this. I'm really into this. This is what I was always into. Art Nouveau. The best picture of all, the kiss. And then it pops up and I'm like, that's what I was talking about the other week with the circles being womanly, curvy circles. Men being more rigid, straight, if you get what I'm sort of saying. That's what I was talking about. And I'm like, yeah, it's all making sense.
Because, again, the other side is a black sun. It's a subtle form of mockery and disclosure.
The white sun and the black sun.
Pilots fly northern polar flights. They cannot fly directly over the North Pole. There is no North Pole. Fly around the pole. Why fly around the pole? Because there's a big frickin' hole up there. Cannot fly.
Why is there a hole?
He's not making this up.
There's a hole?
Crosses
There's a hole, the core, isn't it?
directly over the true North Pole. None of the approved polar routes come closer than about 60 nautical miles from the pole. All pilots are instead instructed to fly around.
Can't beat synchronicities, can't, JP.
They would see the entrance to where the Aurora Borealis shoots out of.
As
In my
above,
videos,
so
I've talked
below.
extensively about
So if you've got a white sun, it's going to be dark. Light and dark. Dark and light. Black and white, checkerboard floor. As above, so below. Turn it round.
Mount Meru, the magnetic mountain at the center of our plane. It's because of this mountain that our compasses are effortlessly attracted to.
Best painting in Hearts history. Exactly. Well, what did they do with the Nouvelle, I can't even say it, artists? They got rid of them because they were saying that the Nouvelle art was more like, not rigid, not when you're at university and they're telling you how to paint. It came from out there and creativity. Well, they don't like creativity, do they? I did talk about that the other week.
The North Polarity. Mount Qaf is the Arabian equivalent of Meru, a mysterious mountain of ancient Muslim tradition, which acts as the boundary between our world and the land of
In
dreams.
all religions.
In Norse mythology, Himmelberg, which translates to Heaven Mountain, is the
Rainbow
abode of
Bridge.
Heimdallr, the protector of the Bifrost Bridge that leads to Asgard, the paradise realm.
Which is the Aurora Borealis or whatever, the energy. No wonder I was so obsessed with the 4 films and Asgard and the Rainbow Bridge and all that everyone calls a fantasy.
Of the gods. The ancient Germans told of Irminsul, a universal column which sustains everything. Otto Siegfried Reuter, in his book The Riddle of the Edda and the Ancient Religion of the Aryans, gave a visual of the old Germanic worldview, with the Irminsul in the center, connecting 2 sides of a flat plane, and showing a dome with the
Yes, they do resonate, Colin, because we have memory of them, because memory holds in our DNA. We're remembering, we're waking up the Great Awakening of what, like, that's how we know, we're like, this resonates, that's what it means, yes.
heavenly bodies projected on top. The Navajos spoke of an
Need to talk to you,
encircled mountain,
Roxanne.
which was
Told ya.
surrounded by 4 directional mountains, shown at the center as well. The ancient Greek mythology tells of Mount Olympus, the home of the gods.
Yes,
In
Viv.
Tibetan Bon tradition,
Why I needed to
the
come on and
sacred
show you
World
this.
Mountain is
Brilliant,
Yeongjong Gutsa,
brilliant channel.
a 4-sided mountain serving as the gateway into the spiritual realm.
Why are channels called channels? I mean, you've got programs on the TV programming you, but think of it the opposite as well. You've got channels, people are channeling stuff. Just thought of that now. Just saying.
Toxic Olmo Lung Ring. This paradise
That's what means this. You've covered it, I've covered it, we've all been covering stuff way back when, and then it's all coming in and you're like, see, it all makes sense, it all links up, join the dots.
resides beyond dualism and is understood to be a timeless realm where peace and joy are the very fabric of being.
And we're helping others.
According to legend, Toxic Olmo
Channel,
Lung Ring
exactly,
is
channeling.
aromatic, full of
Not
exuberant
programming,
vegetation and
channel.
beautiful landscapes. 4 rivers flow
There's a
from Yeongjong
difference.
Gutsa, just like the 4 rivers that were said to flow from
Channeling
the Garden of Eden.
information, not programming,
Mercator's
channeling.
15th century map of
Boom.
the magnetic mountain at the North Pole, there
Past
are
proves
also
the future.
4 rivers
Exactly. The past proves the future. What did Trump say on his speech the other day? He said something, I will find it after, he said something about he's a history, something or other. I will find it before I go. Past proves the future. And the people who are not into Trump, that's what Q says. The past proves the future, because it does. And if we don't wake up, we will fall just like Atlantis, but we are waking up. Ba-boom! I will remind me after before I go to find that bit about Trump, because I'll find it.
Diverging. In the Phoenician personification of the world mountain, the mountain carries 4 rivers that diverge from the center. And none of this is coincidence.
Yeah, finding out for the better.
It's all the same story over and over again. In order to access Toxic Olmo Lung Ring,
this interaction is beyond TV. Sure is.
One must purify the mind and realize the non-dual state. Part of the way me and my brethren have further...
There you go. Is that what he said? That speech was so important, and I feel historic. Yeah, I'll find it.
Is through blood over intent. We are permanently aligning with the vibrations of bringing forth heaven on earth, and thus we are becoming further...
Is that not what we've been saying, the words people have been using? Fifth. We've been shouting it out. Thy will be done on earth that it is in heaven. Is that the right way? Because on heaven that is in... Is that the right way? What's the actual... Is that the right prayer? That's what's happening. That's what I've said. We've all been saying it. I've said the spiritual was coming with the physical, and I'm getting people going, people I talk to, no it's not. Yes it is. The kingdom's always been there, but they hid it from us. They made us forget, fell from consciousness. We fell asleep. God, I'm looking like fallen angels, fell asleep, but we're all waking up to the Great Awakening. More Great Awakening. It's not called the Great Awakening for nothing. It's not just one thing. It's not Brexit or what's happening with Obama. It's massive. A lot of it's to do with flat earth and all the history gone by. So
they're spiritually cleansed.
Let me see. Yeah, I should be putting it all together over to exactly on earth that it is in heaven. Yeah. So yeah, on earth that it is in heaven. Heaven plays out and it comes down here. I've talked about that before. It manifests on earth. So no, they can't stop what's coming.
This is not the only practice we're engaging in, but a very important one. That is using our sacred blood to seal our names into the book of life. In about 2 years' time, we're planning on taking this journey.
I'm not sure, Fifth, but what will ever happen is good, do you know what I'm saying?
To the center. If you want to come with us, replicate the videos you see and publish them beside ours. Together, we are side by side, so this paradise resides beyond dualism. In this context, dualism is the belief of the great conflict between the benevolent and the malevolent. Dualism affects this part of flat earth. This is what the tree of good and evil in the Bible's text is referencing, and the fall of man.
You got to read it right.
Originally came from the etheric paradise beneath us.
They got in the Bible and twisted it so people can't read it right.
Garden of Eden, and over time fell from our non-dual existence. We probably came here in part to experience the limitation of duality as a sort of spiritual tough love imposed onto ourselves.
Because you learn.
Some of us have remained here because of the trappings of duality. But fortunately, with the awakening that's going on, we're remembering our divine origins. Living here denotes living in duality, and this is inescapable. But when we take the plunge into the center vortex, we will be renewed into non-duality, and thus our higher selves will guide us in our journeys afterwards.
Sleeping Beauty?
These various cultures had so much in common, and through my videos I've revealed indefinitely that the North Pole opening
all
near the Secret Mountain is
stories, films, all there.
Gateway, an interdimensional...
Like I said, it's all in the stories and films, but people poo-hoo it because they think it's a fantasy story or a made-up children's... No. Look at it with new eyes and you see the truth in absolutely everything. The law of one, they've got to put the truth out.
Bridge that connects to lands beyond.
It is helping everyone pull together. It is
mythology,
fabulous.
Ago, there lived a race of godmen of striking beauty who were free from old age, illness...
Well, wait till you listen to the message that popped in my head last night at the end of this.
...and conflict. They needed not kill for food, but simply ate of the fruit and nectar that flourished in their garden-like paradise. The myths say that these people lived at the connecting point of heaven and earth. These demigods lived in a state of such harmony and resonance with the laws of nature and creation, that they possessed godlike abilities and lifespans, enlightened beings of great beauty who were keepers of the knowledge of the true nature of spirit. In his book, The Arctic Home in the Vedas, author L.B.G. Tilak states that evidence of a great race of light-skinned demigods can be found in ancient Hindu sacred texts known as the Vedas, and these beings were said to have spread out from the North Pole. The Aryans were autochthonous, neither in Europe nor in Central Asia, but had their original home somewhere near the North Pole. These Aryans originally lived beyond the place where the sun god Apollo would travel to.
Why is this story about Father Christmas, Santa, though we're not looking at the Santa, the elves that are green, which I said the other day, the green, Aurora Borealis. Why do the elves live at the North Pole? Green, yeah?
Year. Once a year, Apollo was believed to go far north to visit Hyperborea in a life of music, song, and art, and returning to Greece in the spring in a chariot drawn by
Power and the
northern
King, yep.
swans. Apollo is the late Greek personification of the sun. Again, in autumn he travels to the north, where he spends winter time in Hyperborea.
Makes more sense
After
now,
the
doesn't
sun
it?
passes the autumn equinox, the sun's power starts to decline in strength.
Flat Earth makes
the
more
days
sense.
get shorter and shorter until it hits the winter solstice, which is
To me.
December 21st.
Might not
the
to some of
year's
you, but to
shortest
me.
day. The sun is at its lowest point of power. This is also what the allegory of Jesus is, which I've explained in past videos. During the winter solstice, the sun briefly spirals in and out of the North Pole opening. In Val Valerian's Matrix series, he echoes this, saying, "The sun enters Bab Elu."
I use my TV for a screen as well. I don't watch TV, I watch YouTube or Netflix looking at films, that I do my rundowns on. That's all I use it for. We do not watch normal TV in this house.
Or the Gate of God, at the winter solstice.
Not their
He starts
propaganda.
on his journey northward. As I've described most recently in my video on the 8th chakra,
Colin.
the Bab Elu, or Bab Elam, is synonymous with the
And that's why Trump shouts out and cue fake news.
sacred Mount Meru and the Tower of
It's not
Babel.
bad, Colin, honestly.
Apollo travels each year into Hyperborea, meaning the sun briefly moves into the center.
Remember what I said Trump said ages ago? I fly lots of planes, and I mean lots of planes, and the word plane was put in capital letters, and I'd know if the world was round as a sphere. That's what he tweeted out. Just saying.
And when it comes out, it begins its journey to the spring equinox. I want to mention that some believe Helios is the only sun god, but this is inaccurate. Apollo replaced the Titan Helios as the sun god, but the Greeks didn't delete Helios completely, but referred to both of them as the sun gods, depending on the temple and century. In Greek mythology, the seat of Boreas, god of the north wind, provided a northern boundary for the known world. Boreas lives in a mountain home, and beyond it lay Hyperborea, a land of eternal spring untouched by Boreas's cold winds. So Hyperborea was believed to be past the north wind, past Borealis, and in the same etymological sense, past the Aurora Borealis. This land is in closer proximity to the Aether. That is to say, Hyperborea is not bound by the same physical restraints as here, and the Golden Age is still present there. Pindar wrote of Hyperborea,
Pindar?
illness and wasting old.
Pindar is on the Q map somewhere. I've seen it. It's on the Q map. Remember, Hyperborea is on the Q map right at the top with technology and spirituality.
Age visit not this hallowed race, but far from toil and battle, they dwell secure from fate's remorseless vengeance. As I've said before, Miguel Serrano in his book El Cordón Dorado speaks of the blood memory activating in relation to Hyperborea. The initiation of a more partially consists within the technique of the reactivation of blood memory, guiding it until being able to complete the immortal melody.
Yes, I said that, Colin, ages ago. What makes you think I haven't been? What makes you think I haven't been awake for a long time? Well, I've said that though. People have been awake a long time. People are just waking up. People have been awake for a little bit, but we all get there at different rates. I've already said that. you know. But we're saying there's some people that are awake to a lot, but then there's actually more, you know, because it is massive. There's more. There's probably other stuff I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But there's more.
That provide the Hyperborean revelation to the initiated warrior. The blood is the liquid sun through which the memory of our extraterrestrial ancestors circulates. It is the Great Remembrance. We are being initiated into the Great Remembrance by spilling our blood over our intent. By uploading it, we're connecting it to the aether, and thus the gods of Hyperborea can literally feel our intent. This will allow us to pass the flaming sword. Those who do see the significance of this reactivation, write down
You're welcome. Is it Yol? Yeah, pinned down, oh my god, Hyperborea is on the Q map. Thanks, I didn't know. Like I said, I researched, it's all there. It's that map is making total sense now. When I first got it 2 years ago, I was like, I don't know how to read this map. What the hell? It's all there. All there for you. All put together. Because people go, who made the Q map? It's not someone who just wrote it out. They're piecing things together and joining the dots. It's all on there. Because there are things in history you can put together. So
intend to bring forth heaven
if you
on
research,
earth, spill a few drops of your blood on it and publish it beside ours. Our search for Eden, for Hyperborea, is our desire to return to paradise, the primordial spring of man's original existence. And this is why I make videos. We're going to drink from this spring, from the living waters, and be rebirthed into our original home in the land of the gods. Thank you for watching. I appreciate all of your support. Stay well and centered. I love you all.
So, like I said, I'm not going to show you anymore, obviously. That was Flat Earth Paradise. Like I said, if you go to his channel and go through the things that resonate with you there, because his channel is brilliant and he explains it very well and it just makes more sense, obviously. You know, I don't know how to put these things together on here yet, so that's why I've come to show you that for a little bit, because I thought it was brilliant by Mark, and it just makes sense. Now, last night when I came off doing the me and Roxanne channel, yeah, we do exist as consciousness. That's why we're all linking things up together, one consciousness all together. That's why we're all waking up with the same things. Is a song came into my head, right? Are you ready for this? I could not stop laughing. I'm just going to find it now. Before I go. Oh, Trump. I need to find the Trump thing. It would be great to see 3D expansion of the Q map. Yeah, I was going to get a picture of it and put it on here, actually, so maybe I'll do that and maybe show you tomorrow for them people who haven't actually been over and actually looked at it. We could, like, scroll up it or whatever. Let me have a look. But yeah, it would be like a 3D one. Let me see if I can find this bit. No, I know what you mean about the blood over intent, because I've seen a lot of that on, and that's where I was a bit like, but then again, maybe something was going out and it was trying to put people in fear, so I'm not saying I believe in that, because like I said, he's got Trump on there, and it doesn't mean he knows everything, but I have seen that went round the internet with kids doing it and all that, but then again, maybe they were doing it the wrong way, I don't know. So, like I said, take the bits that you resonate, that's either in here or there, that one, but let me just find, you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm sit on the fence with that for now. Just let me see if I can find, I mean, not everyone's getting everything completely right, but it's all there. Yeah, we are all where we need to be, definitely. Let me see if I can find the Trump one, because this is what he said about history. This is why I said you've got to listen to Trump's speeches. Let me see if I can find it on here.
What we're doing.
Said something about history. Hang on.
I want everybody to testify. Transparency like this.
Transparency.
So we got a great, we get the ruling, which I knew we were going to get because I have nothing to do with Russia and the campaign. So we get a ruling. No collusion. We essentially get a ruling, no obstruction, based on the facts our great Attorney General made that includes Mr. Mueller. He was a Trump hater. We have a very great country to run. And frankly, when I go through it with the House and the Senate, you can believe such a ridiculous thing. 500 people, we get the ruling. history of our country, there has never been a president that's been in a trade deal, which, by the way, is going very well. Will you let Don McGahn testify? What we're doing is executive. So, what we're doing, the history of our country, there has never been a president that's been more transparent than me or the Trump administration. I let White House counsel McGahn testify. Obviously, yes. So, just so you understand. So we got it perfectly. And I was talking about people that went because they...
Right, I can't find it. I'm not going to find it. I'll find it another time if I come on tomorrow. But he did say something about history, him liking history or whatever, you know what I mean? So, but like I say, if you research and listen to Q and Trump and different stuff, you'll see it all there. But see what you're all saying. So I don't know what you thought of all of that. Yeah, we all found each other. We did. Yeah, we all saw each other out during our awakening. Exactly. We probably still got a lot more wake up to, you know what I mean? But last night, when I came off the chat with Roxanne, because this is how I believe that stuff works out the ether, is a song popped into my head. Now you're gonna love this. Oh, some of you are. And it was Tyler. Were you creeping about? Is York still here? Oh. Right, so a song came into my head. I can't play it, so I'm going to have to read it, right? And you can guess what it is and who it's by, and this will make sense. Fifth, you're going to love this. You might love this as well, Roxanne. It's hilarious. So here's my message. So what happened is, I got in bed, before I went to bed last night, I've written it down. Let me see if I've written it down in my book so I can prove to you. A song pops in my head and I'm like, oh yeah, do you remember that song? Oh, and I was too tired and thought, yeah, I'll look it up in the morning. So, let me see, which book is it in? I wrote it down. Right, The Sun, it says The Sun there. Then it says, cleanses, this is what popped in my head, cleanses, open your curtains and blinds and let the sun shine in, because if you sat in the dark, it's not cleansing anything. The sun's very important. Then I thought, let the sun shine in. Do you remember the song? Let the sun shine, let the sunshine shine in, blah, 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 blah. Right? That was stuck in my head. I got up this morning and thought, oh, yeah, I'll just go and research that song. First thing that pops up with lyrics, with two songs is, I think it was two songs, is The Fifth Dimension, the group, right? Aquarius, yes, Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, let the sun shine in. So I'm going to read you the song. Are you ready? Does this make sense from years ago? On a channel called Nero Franco. You ready? Oh yes. Are you ready? They tried to say, oh, this song, oh, it's hippy dippy. Oh, is it? Past proves the future. You ready? I'm going to, Aquarius, yeah. When the moon is in the seventh house, people, and Jupiter aligns with Mars. Oh, yes. And peace will guide the planets, but I'll say planes, but this is what the song says, so, whatever. Maybe they won't let it out with planes. And love will stir the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. Right, that's that bit. I just think it's funny. Aquarius. Right. They knew, didn't they? Obviously. The hippie people knew. I'm just waiting for it to come on. Harmony and understanding, sympathy and trust abounding. Yeah. No more falsehoods of delusions or something. Golden living, dreams of visions. Yes. And the mind's true liberation. Yeah. Aquarius, what does the age of Aquarius mean? Lifting the veil to truth. Age of Aquarius. I'll read the next song out after this one's gone off. So, is this making sense? Boom. When the moon is in the seventh house, there we go again with the seventh house. Number 7, I said it was following me. And Jupiter aligns with Mars. Oh yes, because it's on a flat plane, people. And peace will guide the planes, I'll say. And the love will stir the stars. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius. 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 When was this song put out? Aquarius. Anyway, so you can go and read that up. So I'm going to go on to the next song, because this is a song that brought me to this actual video with the lyrics on it, so you can actually read it. Are you ready for the other bit next to it? You're singing along. Exactly. I saw a video of someone trying to debunk this, going, oh, the age of Aquarius, it's not, it's the Antichrist. Oh, do one. Do one, you fools. Right, are you ready? Let the sunshine shine in. And it goes on and on, let the sun shine in, obviously. Is that the chorus, or is that the... Have a look. Well, that's what song popped into my head, so... Let the sun shine, let the sun shine, let the sun shine in, let the sun shine. So it goes on, and when the next bit comes up, and you really need to go and look at this video. We all know who we are. We're very powerful. I'm trying to help people, you know. They kept us from knowing who we really are, you know. Divine. I'm just waiting for this to move. It's not moving. My God, it's taken ages. Yeah, waters above, waters below, waters within us. Dr. Emoto. Why is this not moving? Oh my God. Let me see, I can't get this to play. Let the sunshine. Make your own song up as you do. I normally do, but that's the song that came into my head last night. I'm just waiting for... Is that the whole song? Or... actually say anything else? Oh, okay. Is that the song? Oh right, I thought it said something else. It's just let the sun shine, let the sun shine. But basically that's the message, isn't it? Let the sunshine shine in. Open your blinds and windows and cleanse your house of sunshine. Because if you sit in the dark, it's a bit depressing. And guess what other song came into my head? You're going to love this one. Now, I know some people are going to go, oh, do you know what happened in them days with that little girl? And yeah, I've looked at all that stuff, but I'm not looking at that stuff. I'm going to bring the lyrics to you. So I don't need to know about the little girl in this video and some stuff we've seen that have come up. If you actually... what's that mean? You actually... I'll be on Skype in a bit if you actually know about things that are going on. But let's look at the song before I go. Lyrics like war that is good for absolutely knowing they don't care about us, love me. Yeah, it's all in the songs and stuff. So one other song that I had to laugh at was this one, because this is a film that I used to love. My nana was called the little girl's name. Funny enough, one of my nanas and granddads, one was called the name of this girl that I'm going to sing the song out of, and my granddad was actually called Donald, and the other one's called... Are you listening? So I don't need to know about the story of her because I've looked into all that. I'm saying about the words of this song. Are you ready? Oh, this will make you laugh as well. The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet you dollar butter not tomorrow. There'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow. Clears away the cobwebs and the sorrow. Till there's none. When I'm stuck in a day that's grey and lonely, I stick up my chin and grin and say... Sorry, I can't sing. But I don't care. The sun'll come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come what may. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away. My nana was called Annie and my granddad was called Donald. Doom, 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 doom. So, I'm sorry, I just love that song and that popped into my head. My God, yeah, I need a red wig. I'm going to sing the rest of it I love this film. When I'm stuck with a day that's grey and lonely, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, oh, the sun'll come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow, come what may. Tomorrow, I love you. Tomorrow's a day away. Thanks. I was only throwing that song out there because the sun always rises. The dark always comes, but the sun always rises. It's a day away. You can start again tomorrow. You're feeling a bit shitty, you can start again tomorrow. So I'm just saying. My nana was called Annie and my granddad was called Donald. Whoop whoop. I just think it's funny. Yeah, like I say, I like to bring positivity, a bit of fun. Me and Roxanne said we're not scared of making fools of ourselves because we take the mick out of ourselves so no one else can do it. So whatever. I don't need people coming on and say you can't sing. I know I can't, but you know what I mean. I'm not going to do something because someone's trying to put me in fear that, oh, you can't sing. Well, I can sing, actually. I've just sang. I'm not saying I'm a great singer, but we can all make a noise. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't listen to people. I just do what I want to do. So, that was a message. The sun cleanses. Open your curtains and blinds. Let the sun in. Stop sitting in the dark. The sun always comes out tomorrow. That's a fact. It's nature. That's what always happens. It's not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. So, that's the message I wanted to bring to you. I'm absolutely knackered. I'm going to go now because I'm waffling on. I learned that as a kid, sung it all the time, and yeah, I'll sing that one as well because one of my favourite songs in the whole wide world. Yes, I know about Monarch Training. Yes, I know about the film Somewhere Over the Rainbow. But my favourite film is The Wizard of Oz. When my nana died and we got cremated, that was a song that I chose for her. And that day was a beautiful day. So, yes, thank you for reminding me of one of my favourite. I'm going to find it by Eva Cassidy. So let me find that beautiful song because it's true. What's the rainbow? 7 colours of the rainbow. So, yeah, let's have a bash at that one, even though I'm just bringing a bit of positive vibes, people. Eva Cassidy. You have to put truth out there, you know. Oh, thanks, you know what I'm like. But I know all about the video and that, but that affects people that, it affects. So, let me find it. So, another one of my favourite songs, I'll probably say it. I can't obviously sing this, but one of my favourite songs of all time. I watch The Wizard of Oz every time it's on. Thank you. And that's the song that I chose for a funeral. Somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, it's really slow. Oh my god, that's really slow. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, in the land that I heard of once in a lullaby. I'll really have to wait because it's really slow. Oh my god, this is really slow. I love this song. It might make me cry, folks. I don't know. It might affect me. It's my nana's funeral song. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. I have to wait for it. I'm a bit faster than this actual lyrics, so I'll wait. Yeah, I just love this song. I can't help it. So I'll sing it to you. I don't care. You don't see other people doing this, do you? Not everybody. Right, it's coming. The next bit's coming. Got a dry throat. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. I don't know the tune. I can't remember it. Where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops is where you'll find me. Sorry, I'm getting carried away because that's not even on that bit yet. I'm a singing flat earther, there you go. Oh god, it's at the instrumental. Let me see if I can find a faster one. Bloody hell, that's like the slowest one ever. Oh. What's this one doing? That's not Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Oh no, I'll have to do with this one, folks. It's a bit slow. I'm waiting. No, thank you, Colin. I'm waiting for this bit. God, it's slow. Come on. Oh God, I'm at the instrumental. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Got to that bit again. Oh no, I've done that bit, haven't I? What am I doing? Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Yep. I think that's basically it, innit? Anyway, and I've just seen another song she used to sing. I mean, what's this one? Staying Alive. I'm not having a, what's it called? A bloody singing thingy. What do you call it? What about this one? Oh, what's this one? No, what? Not that one. Sorry, I'm just going through Eva Cassidy now. Fields of Gold. You know the field of energy that we've got? Do you think they might be talking about Field of Dreams is like the field of energy? Hi, Dolly, I'm your new... Hi, is it Canda? What's this one? I can't see. I'm going through all these songs now. I'm like, what? You can tell the sun. Let me have a go at this one. If I remember the tune. Yeah, I'm on a karaoke now. Bloody hell. I've not done anything. Let me see if I can remember the tune. You remember me when the west winds move among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when he walked in fields of gold. I don't know if I can remember it. So she took her love for to gaze a while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. That's just gone through me. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love? Among the fields of barley. And you can tell the sun in his jealous sky when he walked in fields of gold. I can't even hear it. I never made promises lightly. I can't remember this tune bit. And there have been some that I've broken. But I swear in the days still left, I don't know the tune. We will walk in fields of gold. We will. Golden age. We will walk in fields of gold. Ooh. Hang on, what's that bit? Never make promises lightly. Oh, what's that? Here we go. Hang on. Many years have passed since those summer days. Among the fields of barley, see the children run as the sun goes down. I remember when I was a kid in them days. As you lie in fields of gold. You remember me when the west winds move among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky. When we walked in fields of gold. When we walked in fields of gold. I think we're going back there. Sorry, I'm getting carried away with it all. You know what other song of Eva Cassidy? I'll get the song. Yeah, song please. The other one, just let me see if I can find it because I can't remember the words, but I'm wondering what does it say because this is another song, so, and I can't remember the tune, so just let me go and have a look. And then I'm going because I've been on too long. In the arms of an angel. Love that song. In the arms of an angel, lie away. Or whatever song that is. In the arms of an angel, do do do. I'm going on a karaoke thing now. What am I doing? Right, what's this one? Yeah, Fields of Gold. I don't remember the tune of this, so I don't know how it goes, but I'm just wondering because this is another song of hers that I liked. Eva Cassidy was great. What does this song go? I need to find it. Right. Let me see if I can get the tune and I might be able to, because I can't remember it. Why is that so small? Right, let me see if I can find it. Because the writing on this is really, really tiny. Why is that so tiny? Right, just let me find the tune and I might be able to... Which one's this one? Why am I doing this? Oh... Oh. Right, I'm gonna like really butcher this because I can't remember the tune, but it's that. Oh my god. For you, there'll be no crying. I think I'm gonna have to say it because I'm no way can I sing this. Oh, the sun will be shining. Because I feel that when I'm with you, it's alright. I know it's alright for you. And the songbirds keep singing like... Oh, I can never get... You. Songbird. Like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. I can't sing this one because I don't know the tune. To you I would give the world, to you I'd never be cold. Because I feel that when I'm with you. It's alright, I know. For you. I know it's right. And the songbirds, because the songbirds are very important, keep singing. Like they know the score. Bye, Connie. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. I'm not going to sing that one anyway, but I'm just saying that was another Eva Cassidy song that I loved. That's why I said listen to good music. So I'm going to go because I'm shattered. It's turned into karaoke for some reason. I'm just looking. Oh, I'm not looking. So, yeah, we are all the same. We all come from the divine one. But yeah, so that was good. But that's what song popped into my head. About Let the Sun Shine, and Aquarius song, which was by the group The Fifth Dimension. If anyone gets what I'm saying, Fifth Dimension, Aquarius, Let the Sun Shine in is the age of Aquarius. So yeah, I'm going now because I'm absolutely knackered. I'm supposed to be doing a bit of cleaning and I haven't done it, and it'll be tea time soon. So hope you enjoyed that. It's all about positivity, and you're welcome, Colin, and I'll see you soon. So check those songs out, check the age of Aquarius out, and catch you all later. Bye.